Hello children, this is Indradi here and I'm here with a new story, and today's story is Disney's Lady and the Tramp. And the title of the story is Trusty Dog Sitter. Can you see? Oops, it's Babysitter. Okay, let's see what's inside this story. Looks like mommy and daddy are going out for a dinner and the puppies are all alone. And let's see who is their babysitter. So let's begin the story. It was a beautiful evening. Lady and Tramp were dressed up for dinner. It was their anniversary and Tramp had made reservations at Tony's. He had booked the same table where they had dined on their very first date. Come on, Paige, Tramp called. We are going to be late. But Lady was busy making sure the puppies, Scooter, Fluffy, Ruffy, and Scamp, were fed, bathed, and ready to be tucked into the bed. Now, be good for your babysitter, she said. We will, Mama, the puppies replied. You too, Scamp, Tramp said, eyeing his son. And then a knock sounded at the door. Uncle Trusty, barked the puppies, wagging their tails. They pounced on him affectionately and licked his floor-sweeping ears. You are our babysitter? Scamp asked. I am indeed, Trusty replied. Don't you all give him any trouble, Tramp said. Trouble? Why, this little young'un wouldn't dream of giving Uncle Trusty any trouble, said the old dog. Would you, Scamp? Lady and Tramp kissed their puppies good night and headed towards the dog door. Don't let the puppies stay up too late, Lady told her old friend. One bedtime story and then straight to bed. Oh, don't you worry, little lady, Trusty said. If my grandpuppy taught me anything, it's how to put a dog to bed. I'll have them snoring away like an old sawmill in no time. Trusty followed the puppies to the parlor and settled on a cozy cushion right next to their bed. Now then, where was I? He said. You were going to tell us a bedtime story, Scooter said. Oh, yeah, oh, yes, Trusty chuckled. A bedtime story. Fine idea. Don't mind if I do. Let's see now. How does it begin? Once upon a time, Fluffy suggested. Nope. Uncle Trusty shook his head. Oh, wait. Oh, maybe yes. That sounds familiar. Once upon a time, he restarted. Where was I again? While Trusty tried to remember his story, Scooter, Fluffy, and Ruffy yawned and closed their eyes. Soon they were fast asleep. Trusty smiled down at the pups. Well, now that wasn't so hard, he said. I don't know why Lady went on so. I do declare there's nothing to put in pups to bed. Sweet dreams, little young'uns. Trusty leaned over the puppy's basket to give each one a gentle peck. Wait one doggone minute, he said as he came to the third and final furry forehead. Weren't there 4 of you before? Scamp was gone. Which way did he go? Trusty asked. turning around. He turned 2 more times, but Scamp still wasn't there. Trusty put his nose to the floor in search of Scamp's trail. Unfortunately, Trusty's sense of smell had been gone for years, but that had never stopped him before, and it wasn't going to now. Trusty sniffed and sniffed, following his nose straight into the piano. Oh, excuse me, ma'am, he said. Slowly, Trusty made his way to the kitchen, which looked as if a storm had just blown through it. There were smashed eggs everywhere. Milk bottles lay empty, their contents forming puddles on the floor. Big sacks of flour had been torn apart. I would say the pup's been here, Trusty said with a sigh. Scamp wasn't there anymore, but he had left behind a trail of flowery paw prints. Trusty followed the prints into the living room. It looked even worse than the kitchen. Jim Deere's newspaper was in tatters, and his slippers were torn to shreds. Darling's knitting had been unraveled. Yarn crisscrossed the room like a giant spider web. Which way did he go? He followed the yarn around and around and around the room until at last it led him back into the hall and to the doggy door. Scamp, Trusty called, eyeing the holes dug all over the yard. Scamp, you come on back in here. You hear me? Listen to Uncle Trusty now. But if Scamp heard Trusty, he wasn't letting on. Trusty was about to call Scamp again when he noticed a hole at the base of the wooden fence. His old heart began to thump loudly. Trusty hurried over to the fence as fast as his stiff old legs would allow. Doggone it, the pup's gone and flown the coop. He moaned. What was he going to do now? Trusty poked his head through the hole and then quickly pulled it back. He had seen Lady and Tramp strolling down the street towards home. Poor Trusty. His beloved lady had left her dear little puppies in his care and protection, and he had let her son run away. Trusty plodded back into the house and sat by the doggy door to meet the couple and break the bad news to them. Trusty, Tramp said, beaming as he and Lady stepped through the door. How did it go? Before Trusty could answer, Lady pranced up and kissed his cheek. Dear Trusty, we really can't thank you enough. Let us go peek in on the puppies. Shall we? Then you can tell us how everything went. Trusty hung his head and followed Lady into the parlor. Dreading the story he had to tell, how was he going to explain that he had lost Scamp? Suddenly, Lady turned around. Trusty, however did you do this? Do what? He said, confused. Lady pointed to the puppy's basket. Why, get Scamp to go to bed, of course. Even we have trouble making him settle down. Well, would you look at that, Tramp said, eyeing his son. Well done, old chap. I'll tell you something. We will definitely be asking you to babysit again. The end. Oh, poor babysitter. The 3 puppies behaved well, right? But one was very naughty. But the good thing is all are safe and inside the home. You too stay safe, enjoy your holidays. I'll see you with a new story. Till then, bye bye. If you like the story, subscribe, like, and share.